Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL, we welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The opening play, here's Ryan. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
To Taylor on first down. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On second down, it's Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as good running gets them to about the 44.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Tight there. 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run for it. It's Taylor going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 38. A man coming off a washout 2021. It's Travis Etienne to about the 40-yard line. Well, this defense for the Colts, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the counter, Etienne, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
From the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
No score after one on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. And we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Running left, Taylor. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
These two teams, division rivals, of course, and you remember back to Week 18 last year, although Colts fans don't want to remember back to Week 18 last year. The Colts needed a win, and the Jags, they were kind of looking ahead to 2022, but the two-win Jags came up with one of the shockers of the season. They stunned the Colts 26-11 in Jacksonville, and that loss ultimately kept Indianapolis home for the playoffs. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
To throw is Ryan.
Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 41-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Shaquille Griffin is the one who stuck him for the loss there.
The coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now it's Ryan.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 81 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
He was doing everything he could to get the 6 points, a little bit short, but still an excellent run.
And look at it from the defense's point of view. They could have given up on that play. They did not, and still were able to corral it. And they've got some work to do in this down coming up.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 2, Lawrence. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front. The linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just have good ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
He's brought down by Terrell Burgess.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan. Then he'll find his target. Woods. It's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A breakout season at the University of Virginia helped elevate Jelani Woods to day 2 of the draft and a new home in Indianapolis. A terrific athlete. Went to college as a quarterback at Oklahoma State before migrating to the tight end position. The Colts have got to be pretty happy having him in that spot and making plays like the one we just saw.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Ryan. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
From the shotgun, Ryan. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Again, Ryan. Able to find his man, Woods. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we now go downstate to Orlando. Check in with Jonathan Coachman with REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Lawrence. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Here's Ryan. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Flores-Sade-Amoulican. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. So that, Charles, may be the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something, because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Lawrence will throw. He'll air this one out for Kirk. Touchdown! Christian Kirk, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
Well, nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the 2nd straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Ryan. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the 1st down sack. Ryan, he'll drop this down to Taylor, and he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now Ryan. And he'll find Pittman. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football,
There's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Second and 7. They run once more with Taylor. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Quick slant complete to OBJ. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 98 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a give to Taylor. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down. It's Ryan. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Colts are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. No return here for Claybrooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 39, Ryan. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone to the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Here's Ryan to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
First and 10, Taylor now. Arden Key, the ex-LSU Tiger there on the stop. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the criticism is that he overthrew his man, but you got to give him credit. He also didn't risk an interception with that type of a throw. Because of that, they still have a chance to put some points on the board.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Throwing now is Ryan. Caught by Woods. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Andre Cisco there on the stop.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for the Colts, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll drop to 0-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.